Hey, welcome. It's Gail here. This video involves combining two clip art pieces together, the moon and the howling wolf. So I have this clip art folder over here. If you haven't done this, you might want to do this first before watching this video. And I'm coming up to new and I'm going to create a new drawing. So I'm going down to more, going to Google Drawings, and while I'm here, I'm going back to my drive and I'm going to the clip art folder and I'm going to pull up my clip art right here. So I have the wolf bark. I'm going to click on this or double click on it to open it, and then I'm going to see if I can get back in there. I can, and I'm also going to click on the glowing moon, and then these tabs open up here at the top. So I'm going to grab this one, and if yours are loose like this, I'm just going to go back and undo. I'm going to bring those back together. I'm going to group them together. So the first thing I'll do is hold down the Command or Control key on my keyboard and then click D. You want to hold down Command on Apple, and for some reason that didn't quite work right. Let me do that again. So it's Command plus A on an Apple and Control plus A on other computers. Then I'm going up to Arrange and I'm going to group that together. Now I'm going to duplicate it by hitting Command plus D or Control plus D. And then I'm going to cut it by pressing down Control or Command plus X. And then we're going over to our Untitled folder over here. I'm just going to add the moon here real quick. And while I'm here, I normally go up and do this right away so I can find my artwork. So we're going to call this one Barking Moon. I already have one of these, so I'm going to call this Barking Moon 2. And then I'll move it over to my clip art folder. And I will change that later on, but I'm going to keep it there for right now. Now the next thing is we're going to bring our wolf over. So I'm going to this one right here, and I get to choose the one I want. I'll take this one and hit Control or Command plus D to duplicate, and then Control or Command plus X to cut. And then I'm bringing it over here, and then I'm going to hit Control or Command plus B as in van to add it in here. And I have this. And we already are starting to get a picture here. I'm just going to move this around a little bit. And if I don't like that light blue on there, I can change it. And for some reason, there's this line over here. So I'll have to figure out how to get rid of that later. Oh, it's just this. It's the line from this picture right here. Now that I have this here, I'm going to change the color of the background to make it look a little bit more colorful. I'm pressing two fingers on the launch pad or the mouse, finding background. I'm going to come over to gradient. I already have that selected. I have this blue selected right here, so I'm coming down to custom, and I'm going to add a couple of circles in here where I can change the color. Maybe I'll put a couple more so I can spread them out a little bit. So I think that's plenty. And let's see what we can come up with. On this one, I might choose like a purple right here. That's a little too purple down there. Maybe I want to go a little bit darker. And I think I like the really dark one. Ooh, that's kind of fun. And I can spread this out later. Maybe this one, I will go with the darker blue, and over here, I might go with the lighter purple. And this one, I'm going to actually change to a lighter blue. And over here, I will go with a darker blue. And we'll play around with this and see what we can come up with. And that bright blue right there might be a little too much, so let me just tone it down a little bit. I'll take it one underneath. And that's still pretty bright. I'm just going to take it over to the side here to soften that up a little bit. and we'll see how that looks. Okay, adds quite a bit of color there. Pretty nice. Now the next step is to use the Polygon tool drawing tool to create our ground here. So we'll come up to the line tool right here. We'll click on the triangle over here and come down to the polyline tool, and we're just going to start to click and start to make it look kind of like it's rocks, and keeping it kind of jagged, and try not to make it look too much like a pattern. We don't want anything looking too much like a pattern. Now I could keep this, and I think I will, and I'll show you how. I'm just going to leave this as one part. I'm coming up to the fill color. I'm going over to gradient, and I will choose this light black. I don't know which one I want to use. Maybe I'll use the one up here. And this will kind of fill in like this. And I'm in this tool still, so I need to escape by clicking the select tool. And I'm also going to send this back real quick. By doing so, I'm going to have to do it a little bit at a time. Actually, I only have to do it once because I only have one thing to take it behind, so I'm going to take it back one. So it's like everything's layered with papers or something there. So I have that shape, and I'm going to create another one. And we'll see what we create this time. Maybe we'll overlap some of this if it looks a little weird. And I should have brought that up, but we can move this around too in a little bit. But by doing so, and by choosing that light color tool, I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to come across and make that one shape, go up and choose this one here again, and maybe we'll move this up a little bit. Oops, I'm in here. I'm just going to keep going and fill up this space right here. And now we have that. And if I click off of it, let me get out of this tool. I can hit escape on the keyboard to do so, or that select tool. And now this is what we have. And if I like those black lines in there, I can keep it like that. I'm going to double click on the one back here, and I'm going to start to play around with these shapes and kind of get it the way I want. I want to hide that one underneath. And it looks like it would be a good idea to hide this one underneath too, but I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. I think I want to bring this one up a little bit. And maybe we will kind of keep it like that. And then I'm clicking off of that one. Let's double click on this one down here. Bring it up a little bit. Maybe this comes over here too. Just make sure everything's covered. I'm going to click off of it again, and we'll see what we have there. And if you like that, great. If you think that this is too much, you don't like that glow around it, all you have to do is select it. We just moved it over from the other one, and remember, if you did this one with me in the other video, we combined three together. While I have it selected, I can just go to Format, Selections. I'm going to click the drop shadow, and maybe I want to change that to a light blue even. And even by doing that, I was able to change it quite a bit. And that's what I mean about being able to create your own clip art and being able to come up with your own designs. You can change it as you go along. And that looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to see if I want the tail to come in there. I think I do want it overlapping a little bit just to kind of break this up. And that looks pretty good. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, later.